This is the tale of two sisters who took a trip to Jordan together. Well, it wasn't exactly together. You see, while these sisters were twins, they were as different as sisters could be. Jennifer loved history and adventure. And Jessica, the quintessential social butterfly, found her adventure, well, in other ways. So when they first set foot in Amman, it wasn't surprising that Jennifer would be awestruck at the idea that she was walking the streets of one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in the world, while Jessica couldn't wait to use the Wi-Fi connection in their luxurious hotel to stay in touch with her friends back home. In fact, both girls had occasion to wonder if they had ever left home. Their accommodations at the Kempinski, the Hyatt, and Radisson were lavish with all the amenities they were used to. As both women discovered, Jordan is a place where a visitor can lounge in trendy restaurants until the wee hours, then wake up the next morning to a lavish Jordanian breakfast before running off to the gym. But that is where their experiences parted company. Jennifer immediately felt a sense of something deep, something stirringly ancient. In fact, what is known as modern Jordan is actually superimposed over thousands of years of human history, dating back to the beginning of recorded time. History is not just a school subject in Jordan. It is in the very air one breathes. So Jennifer couldn't wait to visit Jerash, the excavated ruins of one of the 10 great Roman cities just 45 minutes from Amman. Here, she walked down roadways once marched over by Roman legionnaires and sat in an ancient hippodrome in a seat occupied by spectators 2,000 years ago.
When I grow up, I want to be a gladiator.
Then she turned the historical clock forward a millennium and gazed over the countryside from the castle at Ajloun, where the Crusaders met defeat. And then a few hours south, she wandered through the underground passages of the stronghold at Karak, built by the Crusaders. Jennifer's next foray took her deep into this history, way back before the Crusades or the Romans, to biblical times. She first visited Mount Nebo, where she felt chills while standing on the very ground from which Moses first gazed upon the Promised Land so many millennia ago. These are stirring footsteps in which to walk, and Jennifer found herself moved as the biblical accounts came to life for her. She was not alone.
You know, I'd studied all these sites, and just to be here, to stand on Mount Nebo where Moses stood and saw the Promised Land was unbelievable. To have read the stories in the Scripture and now to have seen it in living color, it's like I was reading it in black and white, and now I was seeing it in high definition color. And emotionally, it was very significant for me.
To stand on Mount Nebo and to know where God was talking to Moses and pointing out to all these different places, and to actually stand there and look out over the site, it was just really neat to kind of have a physical, a visual image for what we'd only heard about for so long.
Jennifer traveled next to the simple wilderness of Bethany, beyond the Jordan, where Jesus was baptized by his cousin John the Baptist in the Jordan River. Here, he began his public ministry, and Christianity was born.
Just getting to see it and getting to be there firsthand was amazing. I wasn't prepared for it. You know the story and you know the characters, but then once you get there, it's just like physically being present there, it's like indescribable. It just brings it all together.
Meanwhile, Jessica was equally moved while volunteering at a school for children with disabilities. Many tourists come and want to give back to a local community, Voluntourism is a unique way to spend some time while on vacation and gives less fortunate children an opportunity to meet and interact with people from all over the world. For Jessica and countless others, it was a feel-good experience to see communities and visitors being brought together in such a special way.
Working with the kids here has really opened my eyes a lot to how much care they have here, and it really makes me want to do more volunteer work in the future because the kids have fun, they love it, they're getting stronger, and it benefits you just as much as it benefits them, so it's wonderful.
You can have your regular itinerary going all over the country, sightseeing, seeing the beautiful history, archaeology that you find all over the country, but you can also use 2 hours or 3 of your day just to give back to the local community, just to try to make a difference.
The ancient city of Petra is one of the marvels of Jordan that had drawn the sisters to consider a vacation here. Perhaps no place in Jordan elicits more awe than this hidden city, painstakingly carved out of the sandstone walls of a 600-foot canyon by the long-ago vanished Nabatean civilization. Recently named as one of the new 7 wonders of the world, Petra, once a thriving metropolis, was lost to the Western world for hundreds of years. Looking up at the heights of the majestic treasury, Petra's most famous site, Jennifer couldn't help but wonder, how did the ancient Nabateans build it? The next day found Jennifer venturing into another wonder, this one designed by Mother Nature, the Wadi Rum, where time itself stops. The Wadi Rum offers breathtaking views and a silence so deep, Jennifer swore she could hear the echoes of the countless travelers who have crossed it on their way to the Holy Land and the footsteps of generations of Bedouins who have made this great desert their home. It is harsh terrain on which to live, but one of striking beauty that beckons the visitor to explore. Jennifer passed up a ride with her group in a cushy Land Cruiser, opting instead to sway on a camel's back as she contemplated how different life was for these people. Born of generations of living in a rugged environment where interdependence means survival, their life seems so different without the usual trappings, to-do lists, and traffic. And though it seemed as they had only just arrived, the girls reached the final stop in their exploration of Jordan, the Dead Sea, a destination that can only be described as otherworldly, where brilliant white cliffs sparkling with crystallized salt stand guard over azure waters. For millennia, visitors have been drawn to the Dead Sea for its healing properties. Over 35 different dissolved salts and minerals make the waters so buoyant, floating is the only option. Here, Jennifer relaxed into the salty waters and pondered the area's history. It was in caves near this starkly beautiful body of water that the Dead Sea Scrolls were found, and she couldn't help but wonder what other undiscovered mysteries may still lie in those hills. The next day, as they headed for the Amman airport to leave, Jennifer and Jessica argue, as sisters will, over the best part of their Jordan vacation. Was it negotiating with a Bedouin tribesman at a bazaar? Eating a traditional dinner in Wadi Rum? Or the haute cuisine of a 5-star restaurant? Soaking up the sun at Aqaba or the waters of the Dead Sea? Walking in biblical footsteps or swimming with thousands of fish? Finally, Jennifer and Jessica decided that the best part of Jordan could only be the one common denominator for every experience they had: the Jordanian people. Jordan's people are warm and friendly and have mastered the fine art of preserving their unique heritage while progressing into the modern world. It was a vacation, they concluded, that exceeded all expectations, a conclusion common to Jordan's 6.6 million annual visitors. And so our tale of two sisters ends with satisfied sighs and incomparable memories of their time in Jordan. For once, they are in total agreement. For unsurpassed adventure, history, hospitality, and warmth, Jordan offers the vacation of a lifetime.